Let's calculate what we call the implied forward stock price using the options. Now, don't freak out about the idea of anytime someone puts forward into something, it just means we're looking forward at what this looks like going forward. And implied just means what is the option prices that we're looking at? What does it mean for where the actual underlying is priced? Let's calculate some implied forward stock prices. So we've established that the calls and the puts on the same strike have a relationship that's kept in line by put-call parity. That means call and put prices on the same strike and expiration can be used to calculate implied forward values for whatever underlying you're looking at. And this can be the case if you're trading stocks or indexes or bonds or commodities. If you're looking at let's say a 30-day option, a 30 DTE call and put on the same strike, the implied value of the synthetic stock or the synthetic underlying can be calculated for the next 30 days according to those option prices that you're looking at right now. Let's take a look at some examples. So you can use 3 data points to essentially create this. I'm guessing you can figure out what 3 data points they are. It's the calls, the puts, and the strike of the option, and that's it. This is meant to show you exactly how you can think about this in a very simplistic way to begin with, and then we're going to get a little bit more complicated as we go. So it's the 50 strike call and the 50 strike put. The call's trading 5.5 and the put is trading 4.5. In this case, the calls are trading what we call over the puts, meaning they're more expensive than the puts. They have more premium in them. The implied forward price is then going to be the call price minus the put price plus the strike price. That's it. That's how you figure out where the options are pricing the underlying for the next however many days. This means that if this is a 30-day option, the marketplace is telling you that within 30 days, even if the stock is trading 50 right now, it's going to be theoretically worth, at this point in time with this set of assumptions, some other price other than 50. And when you do the math, you get 5.5 on the call side, minus 4.5 on the put side, plus the strike. This is telling you that the market is pricing that forward 30 days from now at 51 instead of 50. You can use this exact formula, as you might guess, in the opposite direction as well. Let's look at another example where the calls aren't more expensive, but the puts are trading over. So in this case, you use the same 3 data points. Calls are trading $1.50, the puts are trading 4.5, and the strike is 50. Do the same math. Puts are trading over the calls, and the implied forward price is call price minus put price plus stock price. In this case, 1.5 minus 4.5 gets you -3 plus the strike price of 50. This is telling you that the market is implying that the actual underlying price is 47 and not 50. How do things like interest rates and dividends and all of the other assumptions that we're making change this? Because this is a very simplistic way to look at it. And to be honest with you, on day 1, 2, and 3 of walking in as a market maker in 1999, this is kind of how they taught you how this whole thing works. This is the call price, this is the put price, this is the strike price. Figure out where the forward is. And you would have to do the math and, do the thing over and over again. And eventually you get to the point where you can just look at them and say that this is priced at, $47. The stock should be trading $47. And if it's not trading 47, remember those discount factors that we talked about. There's either something built in here that's not built into this very simple model, right? Like an interest rate that has changed, or a dividend that is different, or, something's hard to borrow, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So let's take a look at how rates and dividends can affect and shift these ideas of forward pricing and of parity, or put-call parity, as we like to. So I want you to look at 2 ways that I've set this up.